I love video game glitches. I mean, really, who doesn't? They spark your curiosity and invite you to explore the games you love in new and exciting ways. Maybe you'll unlock a cut feature from the game, access new, never meant to be seen areas, see some boobies, or just find some pointless additional amusement out of your beloved games. Either way, glitching is fun and allows you to get more out of the game than intended. But glitches are still glitches. Mistakes in the game's design, and when something isn't intended, that usually means something is wrong. The degree of how wrong, well, that's what we're going to be discussing today. Join me as I take a look into the dark side of glitches and explore the top 10 worst game-breaking glitches of all time. Number 10. Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is a rad game and has a notable place in Sonic history for introducing Shadow and being the last Sonic game released on a Sega console. Unfortunately, Sonic Adventure 2 was a bitter end to the Sega Dreamcast as nearly 1/3 of the copies released were printed with a major error. When you're at the final stage and you complete the first part of Cannon's Core with Tails, the game then switches you over to Dr. Eggman for the next part. However, when you spawn, you just drop through the floor and to your death. That's it.
How pathetic.
The texture for the floor is there, but there's no collision detection mapped to them, leaving you helpless as you practically spawn on top of a giant pitfall. Keep in mind, you're at the final stage. You've made it all the way to the end game just to come to a screeching halt. By the time Sonic Adventure 2 was released, the Dreamcast was already discontinued, leaving Sonic Adventure 2 as the final nail in the coffin for Sega's last console. Number 9. True Crime: Streets of New York. True Crime: Streets of New York was famous for featuring an all-star cast as well as being a massive marketing tool for Motorola and Puma. It was also known for... Wait, what the fuck is that thing?
Hey friends, over here. Be quick.
It was also known for being a buggy mess, which just reinforced everyone's opinion that it was a mediocre GTA clone. For the PS2, GameCube, and PC, the glitches were rather tame. At its worst, you would have to reload a save or reset the console to escape a glitch. However, for the Xbox version, the game was even more broken, including a game-breaking glitch that prevented you from completing the main campaign. Depending on how you chose to complete the game, you'll either be near the middle of the story or near the end. Either way, you'll eventually have to play the Shadow Tong mission, Human Cargo. Near the end of the mission, you have to fight a mini-boss named Tommy on top of a shipping crate. Except, you'll never win. What you're supposed to do is push him to the end of the crate and then throw him off, but for the Xbox version, your window of opportunity to do this is a fraction of a second. By the time you're prompted to throw Tommy off, he's already instantly recovered, leaving you with no endurance. And what then happens is he'll throw you off with ease and you'll have to restart the entire mission. Because you're unable to defeat Tommy, you're unable to complete the mission, which means you're unable to complete the game. So why does this happen? Apparently for the Xbox version, the wrong build was released. Yeah, that would explain why this copy is more glitchier than the others. Ironically, the Xbox version is ranked higher than the other platforms. Probably because the official Xbox magazine gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm speechless. Needless to say, this glitch pissed a lot of people off, mainly because Tommy is actually an extremely easy boss on the other platforms. However, on the Xbox, the confusion factor for what you're supposed to do is legendary. Simply put, you can't win. True Crime: Streets of New York was the last title in the True Crime series before being bought and rebranded by Square Enix as Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, female, they alright. Oh, they a little sexy. They take off the glow, what else? Danger! Google!
Number 8. Soul Calibur 3. Okay, so you're playing Soul Calibur, you've made your waifu, you've leveled her up in matches, and you've been playing through Chronicles of the Sword. Nice, this is a fun game. And then one day, you decide that you have too much space on your memory card. Time to delete an older game you don't play anymore. Unfortunately for you, you've just activated a ticking time bomb for a game-breaking glitch, and you don't even know it. Let me back up. By having Chronicles of the Sword data on your save file, your game is always at risk, because if you transfer or delete a save game that was made before the Soul Calibur save, so that means all of these, then you have activated a bomb for a game-breaking glitch. The reason why I call it a time bomb glitch is because the next time you start your game, You'll be none the wiser. The game will continue as normal and everything will seem fine. However, anytime you save your game after that point, it's over. Because the next time you load your game, save file corrupt. Everything is gone. Let's have a moment of silence for all the waifus lost to this deadly glitch. Number 7, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Okay, this is a game that needs no introduction. It's Vice City, the epic open-world crime simulator set in the 80s. It took everything great about GTA 3 and gave it some style. It's no surprise that Vice City won many awards and sold over 20 million copies. This game is perfect. Well, almost. The first release of Vice City had a very nasty bug. In the mainland island, an ice cream factory can be purchased. Once you do so, a save icon will appear inside. That save icon is dangerous because if you save your game there, the next time you start up Vice City, the game will freeze at a black screen. Damn. This glitch is especially bad because look at it, it's an ice cream factory. There's an ice cream truck out front. Who wouldn't want to save their game here? As you can see, many people did save their games there and many people got very pissed off. Thankfully, Rockstar was able to quickly fix this glitch in later copies. Number 6, Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Okay, just a quick backstory for this one. The Tony Hawk game series used to have a thriving online community. It had many fan sites, many forums, and many sub-communities dedicated to it. And rightfully so, because the Tony Hawk series was pretty ambitious with its online gameplay, offering features such as creating and sharing maps, showing off custom sprays, and having the ability to upload your own face to put on your character. So for Tony Hawk's Underground 2, it went even further by including the ability to create a profile, have a friend list, private message, and more. And yes, being able to message someone was considered a luxury in those days. Unfortunately, this is where our game-breaking glitch begins. When you sent someone a message, the game limited the number of symbols you could send to someone. However, if you plug a USB keyboard into your PlayStation, you could bypass this limit and send a long string of them. By simply sending a series of brackets and a message, for some reason it would completely freeze the console of the player who received the message. They didn't have to check it either, they just had to receive it. To give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, let's use the modern day equivalent. Imagine if someone had the power to go to their recent players list on Xbox Live, pick a player they just played with, and send them a message that freezes their entire console. Yeah, that shit was happening. So now imagine people randomly connecting to lobbies only to quit out and then send a bulk of messages to freeze everyone. It happened and it was awful. It got so bad that the official GameSpy servers shut down and no one could play. The Tony Hawk series had a thriving online community, but it all died at Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Shortly after its release, the biggest Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan site shut down, and the community was more or less dead. Number 5, EVE Online Trinity. Alright, this is actually going to be the first and only time a PC game is mentioned on the list, because if I included PC gaming, the entire list would be filled with PC games. PC Master Race bullshit aside, PC gaming tends to produce lower quality games, shittier ports, and have many compatibility issues. Seriously, for every AAA title released, go to the support forums and you'll see tons of game-breaking bugs. This whole list would be filled with them if I included PC games. So consider this spot on the list reserved for general PC gaming crashes. But for a more specific example, we have EVE Online. On December 5th, 2007, the EVE Online expansion Trinity was released. Due to a programming error, the expansion managed to delete the Windows boot file, meaning that no one could start Windows and were locked out of their computers. CCP Games then had to release a set of instructions on how to repair your computer. That is one major fuck up. But yeah, that's just one of many examples when it comes to PC gaming. Myth 2 had the potential of deleting your entire hard drive when you uninstalled it. The Sims 3 had an item that acted as a virus corrupting game data. Don't get me wrong, PC gamers, I love PC gaming and I'll value it over consoles any day. In fact, the PC glitches I just listed were patched within a month. That's another reason why I didn't want to include PC games, is because even though there are more major fuck-ups with PC gaming, they're fixed almost right away, whereas consoles usually get stuck with them. But either way, you have to admit that sometimes you just want to play a game instead of dealing with the headache of computer maintenance. Number 4. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy is an original third-person action-adventure game developed by Eurocom. The game is fantastic, but sadly it didn't sell very well. Since its release, it's developed a strong cult following and is considered an underrated gem for the 6th-gen platforms. It also features the smuggiest video game character I have ever seen. Seriously, what's this guy's problem? For as good as this game is though, it has an extremely unforgiving game-breaking glitch. When you're halfway through the game, you'll come across this save point in the castle of Uruk. Notice how this door is open. This leads to the next part of the game. Now if you save your game here, when you load your save file from this location, the door for the next room you have to advance to will be shut permanently. Forever. Now the save idols for this game are few and far between. This game makes you put in some work before giving you the chance to save. So naturally when you see this thing, you'll want to save. Especially because the next part is actually a pretty long puzzle. It's crazy to think this got past QA testing because it's a major save point. By the time you get to this location, you've been playing for hours, solving puzzles, collecting items, and what's worse is a major plot twist literally happens 1 minute before they give you this save option. And now you can't advance in the story because you're locked out. To add insult to injury, this game lets you backtrace quite a bit. Hell, you could walk all the way back to the courtyard if you wanted to. And since this game relies a lot on secrets and puzzles for its challenges, I can imagine a ton of people wasting hours of their lives, confused out of their minds trying to get this door to open some other way. But sadly, there is no way to open this door. You have to restart from the very beginning and hope to God you figured out what caused the glitch so you don't do it again. Number 3. Donkey Kong Country 2: Diddy Kong's Quest. This game is usually considered the best in the Donkey Kong Country series, but it also features the most damaging bug for a Super Nintendo title. In the Castle Crush stage, near the very beginning, you'll find a DK barrel. If you drop this barrel and pick it up just as it breaks, you'll be holding an invisible barrel. Now if you throw this barrel, weird things can happen. Like a lot of weird things. In fact, it varies, but it always ends the same way. Your game crashes. An additional outcome of this glitch is that it can delete or corrupt all your save files, but the most extreme case of this glitch is that it not only corrupts your save, but it alters your save game data in such a way that when you load the file select screen, it will crash your game, basically making it impossible to ever get past the main menu. For that reason, you should never try this on actual hardware. But if you have an emulator, yeah, try it. This glitch is actually very fun. 1 minute you'll be shooting into the sky, the next minute you'll turn into a golden rhino. It's all real strange and interesting, and, wait. Oh dear God, no. What the fuck? It's Diddy's upside down bleeding corpse. Number 2. Pokemon Red and Blue. One of the major goals of Pokemon is to discover new, never-before-seen Pokemon and log them in your Pokedex. The franchise always advertised that there are officially 150 Pokemon, but there were always hints and rumors that there were more to be discovered. Even in the anime, the first episode shows a new unknown Pokemon. So when rumors started to spread around the schoolyards about this weird, metallic-looking Pokemon, me being the little aspiring Pokemon master that I was, naturally went after him. Just what could this Pokemon be? Okay, it's Missing No. Everyone knows about Missing No. It's probably the most popular glitch of all time now, but back in the late 90s, beyond a vague text description you found on an Angel Fire site, no one really understood what this thing could be. Could it be a new Pokemon, a cheat, an Easter egg? Really, it was kind of weird. So I grabbed my Game Boy and went on a weekend quest to find Missing No. The instructions are simple enough. Go to Viridian City and talk to the old man. Ask him to show you how to use a Pokeball, and then fly to Cinnabar Island. Surf up and down the East Coast, and you'll find the legendary Missing No. When I first saw this thing, I thought it was the most epic thing I had ever come across. It was level 130, and just listen to it roar.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Damn, I have to have this thing. So of course I threw a Pokeball and got me Missing No. 20 minutes later, my game completely braked. My game crashed and I was unable to restart it. So it turns out, missing No along with other glitch Pokemon are extremely dangerous. The damage varies, but they're almost all game breaking. Your Hall of Fame always gets corrupted, but depending on if you fought with your glitch Pokemon, you'll either freeze when you talk to someone, gain the ability to walk through walls, corrupt the city, have the save file get deleted or corrupted, or in my case, brick the entire cartridge. It broke my game. This is literally a game-breaking glitch. Even after trying it on a few emulators, it crashed the emulator and wouldn't restart the ROM. After fighting with a glitch Pokemon, your game basically decays before your eyes, leaving poor Red to slowly suffer to death in the corrupted world of Kanto. Number 1. The PlayStation Underground Holiday Demo Disc. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the hell is a demo disc doing on this list? What could possibly be bad about a game-breaking glitch on a demo disc? Well, yeah. On this disc is a game called Beautiful Joe 2. If you play it, all memory cards plugged in your PlayStation 2 will reformat, erasing every save on them. Wow. This was a free disc sent to all PlayStation Underground subscribers around the holiday season. I actually own this piece of cancer. Yeah, thanks Sony, just what I wanted for Christmas, a goddamn virus for my PlayStation. We've discussed glitches that will prevent you from completing the game. We've discussed glitches that will literally break your game. But I think I speak for all gamers when I say losing your progress is the worst thing that can ever happen. But to lose all your progress for every game you've played simply from playing a game demo, that is the most horrific thing I can even imagine. And for that reason, this is the worst game-breaking glitch of all time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please support it by commenting, rating, sharing, and subscribing. And if you want to stay connected, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or join my Steam group. Oh hey Diddy, what's up? Wait, what are you doing? Diddy, no!